Hi, here's your HMH lesson for today. We are finally starting our new HMH book, so you need book 5. If you don't have that, please get with me so I can get that to you. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to be learning in the next module. We're learning about animal habitats. So what are the basic needs of animal? So there's 3 sections, guys, in this module. One section is mostly about basic needs of animals. One of them is about the water ecosystem, and one of them is about the land ecosystem. So the basic needs is food and shelter, right? They need food, they need shelter to survive. Well, food, hold on, like plant species or animal species. Animal habitats need water, another animal habitat is the water ecosystem. Like a pond, sea, river, lake, and ocean. Those are all water ecosystems. Or a land ecosystem, which is like the mountain, forest, desert, prairie, rainforest, seashore. Those are land ecosystems. All right, sorry, let's go on. There's some important vocabulary words we need to review next. Okay, so let's go over what some of these words mean. Ecosystem. In this picture, we have a small ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is, an ecosystem is all the animals and plants that live in the same area. So here, all of these animals and plants, they all live in the same area. The ducks, the frogs, the fish, the dragonfly, this is part of their ecosystem. The next word is habitat. So the elephant's habitat is maybe the grasslands or this is the, exactly, this is where the elephant lives. This is the elephant's habitat. A habitat is a place where plants and animals live and grow. So so the elephant lives in the rainforest, and that's his habitat. We also have the word species. Species. Here, these are a whole bunch of monkeys. A species is a group of animals or plants that are alike, but these monkeys are all alike. They're all from the same.
Home sweet habitat. What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee. Latin proverb.
What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee. Think of a place where people or animals live. Why is this a good place for them to call home? Why is a place where a person lives a good place for them to call home? Because it's called their habitat. Very good. It's their habitat. It's where they live. So in this module, we're going to learn information about what different species need to live. Let's watch a short video. Get Curious video. I had it open. There it is.
Look at our pretty Earth, home to animals big and small. Let's check out some of the coolest and hottest animal habitats on Earth. Let's start with a desert habitat. One thing you could say about this place, it's sandy. And a happening place to live if you're a camel, like Ayo here. What's up, Ayo? It's hot and dry as usual here. Good thing you have those wide feet so you don't sink into the sand as you walk. Desert habitats get windy too. The wind blows the sand all around. Ayo has long eyelashes to keep the sand out of his eyes. But what's for lunch? Deserts don't get much rain, so the plants are dry and prickly. Ayo's lips are so thick, he barely feels the thorns and twigs that he chews. And chews. And chews. Let's go cool off at an ocean habitat. This is where dolphins like Jesse and James live. Hey guys, how's the water? Salty, just the way they like it. Dolphins can stay underwater a long time, but sooner or later they'll come up for air. They need to breathe oxygen just like you do. The ocean ecosystem is made up of all the animals and plants that live in the same area. Lunch is pretty simple here. Dolphins eat lots of little fish without even chewing. They just swallow them whole. Ayo would be amazed. No doubt it's very cool to live in the ocean, but it's even cooler in a tundra habitat. And I mean cold, because it's way up north in Alaska and the Arctic Circle. Check it out. It's cold and dry here with short summers and long dark winters. Sound fun? Maybe not to you, but Helen has what it takes to live here. Can you spot her? She has thick, white, fluffy fur to hide in the snow and stay warm. She eats plants she digs out of the snow. She's an Arctic hare. Hares are an entirely different species of animal. They are bigger and faster than rabbits. They need speed so they don't become food for larger predators like wolves. Which animal do you think has the most interesting habitat?
Who wants to share? What animal do you think has the most interesting habitat? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. What do you think, Christian? What animal has the most interesting habitat? You think the bunny? What do you think, Haney? The bunny. Okay. Anyone that doesn't think the bunny? Amaria? The dolphin. Very good. I agree. I think the dolphin's habitat is very interesting. What do you think, Dustin? The wolf? What do you think?
I think the camel, because it's super hot in the desert, so I'm like, what?
Okay, very good. Okay, how do living things and a habitat depend on each other? We just watched that. All right, we learned about these 3 words just a little while ago. Each card chose a word about the topic. We talked about ecosystem. An ecosystem is all the animals and plants that live in the same area. A habitat is places the plants and animals live that need to grow. And a species is a group of animals or plants that are alike. So we're not going to draw or write any of these right now. But we are going to read The Best Habitat for Me.
Short read. The best habitat for me.
This is in your books on page 12. So if you want to turn to page 12, I'll give you a minute. All right, here we go.
An animal's habitat is the place where it lives. I'm a red panda, and my habitat is a cool, dark forest. In my opinion, it is the finest habitat in the world. The forest ecosystem has everything I need, so it is the best place for me to live. A good habitat, like mine, should provide shelter. The forest has lots of trees. That is where I spend most of my time. The trees provide a place for me to sleep, especially during the hottest part of the day. Trees also keep me safe. The color of my fur helps me blend in with the trees, so other animals can't see me as well. I can climb tall trees to escape if I'm being chased. A good habitat should also provide food. Mostly, I eat bamboo. Many different species of bamboo grow in my habitat. I like to eat the shoots and leaves. Some of my other favorite foods are fruit, roots, and acorns. The insects I find on the ground are tasty too.
So the title of the story is The Best Habitat for Me. This is an opinion essay. And I know it's an opinion essay because they tell how an author thinks or feels about a topic, and then it gives me reasons for their opinion. So what does the author want us to think so far? Yes, Leah. Okay, that the forest is the best habitat in the world for a red panda. Very good. And then it gives us different reasons to support the author. What's one reason they give us? Doesn't it talk about the shelter? Okay, a forest provides shelter, and a forest provides food, right? Trees in a forest provide a place for the red panda to sleep. Trees also help keep the red panda safe because the panda's fur blends in with the trees. Many different kinds of bamboo grow in a forest. The red panda eats bamboo. The forest also has fruit roots and acorns the red panda eats. All right, let's keep going.
This is me. All animals need food and shelter. Some animals find these things in other habitats, like deserts or prairies. I have everything I need right here in the forest. Nothing is nicer than waking up in my favorite tree and knowing a tasty meal is close by. My forest home is the perfect home for me. Here I am taking a nap. Bamboo leaves are yummy. Home sweet home. It can be hard to see me in the trees.
Which one of these captions is an opinion on this page? Which one of these three is an opinion? Dustin, which one of these three is opinion? Here I am taking a nap. Is that an opinion? No. Opinion is the opposite of fact. That's what they think. This is a fact. The panda is sleeping. Look, the eyes are closed. It's cuddled. It is sleeping. Bernaya, what's the opinion?
Bamboo leaves are yummy.
Very good. Bamboo leaves are yummy. Now that may be this red panda's opinion. It's not a fact. How do the photos and captions support the reasons the author gives on the previous page? All the pictures here, they tell us more about how forests provide shelter and food for the red panda. The author has the red panda, why do you think the author has the red panda try to persuade you that a forest is the best place for a red panda to live? Why is it the best place for a panda to live, a red panda? It provides what again? Food and shelter. Very good. And it would know, okay, yes, very good. All right, very good. All right, let's keep going. We have a few more things to do. We are not going to read The Long, Long Journey. Instead, there's the story I wanted to read. It's called Nature's Patchwork Quilt. It's about understanding habitats. This story is not in your HMH book. You may close your HMH book and put it away right now if you would like. We're going to read a Nature's Patchwork Quilt, and then we're going to do a quick reading, compound words reading worksheet. Let's read the story first, though. Nature's Patchwork Quilt.
Nature's Patchwork Quilt. Understanding Habitats. Mary Miche. Illustrations by Concy Powell. Nature's Patchwork Quilt. Understanding Habitats. Mary Miche. Look into nature and you will see a patchwork of beauty and mystery.
They have the bear, the duck, the snake, the dragonfly, squirrels, turtles, spiders, fish. There's the turtle. Grasshopper, flowers. So it's like plants and animals, right? This looks maybe like bacteria. It's all a mystery. Well, not really, but it's very complex. Let's keep reading.
A patchwork quilt has many pieces that fit together to make a beautiful blanket. Nature is like a patchwork quilt. It has many different habitats, all pieced together to create a wonderful planet.
What does it compare? It compares something to something else. Here, what does it compare, Leia? Very good. It compares a quilt to our planet's nature, right? Or nature on our planet. What is a quilt? What does that mean, quilt? What is a quilt, Jasmine? Hey, Mariah, what's a quilt? Okay, it's a very good. It's kind of like a blanket, but it has different pieces sewn together to make a big blanket, right? All the pieces work together to make a big blanket to keep you warm. The same as here, all of the animals work together to make our ecosystem and our planet work, right? All right, let's keep reading.
In a habitat such as a forest, animals and plants live together. They are food for each other and help the forest grow and develop. Each plant or animal depends on others, like a quilt stitched together. We call this interdependence.
Interdependence, when things work together, right? They depend on each other.
A desert is another habitat with plants and animals that can live in a hot and dry climate. In a quilt, each piece has its own unique place in the design. In a habitat, each animal and plant has a special role called its niche. A prairie is a grassland habitat. Some prairies have prairie dogs that eat roots and plants. Snakes eat the prairie dogs. Hawks eat the snakes. This is called a food chain. The prairie plants are the first link. Prairie dogs are second. Snakes are third. And hawks at the top of the food chain are the fourth link.
So the prairie, we kind of went over food chain before in science, do you remember? So the prairie plants are the first link, and then the prairie dogs, and then are second, and then snakes and hawks are at the top, because hawks eat snakes and prairie dogs eat plants, and they're all part of a food chain. Where do those animals all live though? In the what? No, they don't live in the desert. They live in the prairie. A prairie. It's a grassland habitat. It's a habitat where there's a lot of grass. It's called a prairie.
The ocean, which has 97% of all the water on Earth, has many different habitats. Ocean water near the surface contains very tiny plants called phytoplankton. Tiny animals called zooplankton eat phytoplankton. Tiny shrimp called krill eat zooplankton. Little fish called sardines eat krill. Salmon eat sardines. Sharks or seals eat salmon. This is one marine food chain.
This is a marine food chain. Marine means things that live under the water.
The seashore at the edge of the ocean also has many habitats. Different plants and animals live in the shallow water, on the rocks, and in the sand. Over generations, plants and animals often change in ways that help them survive. For instance, the feet of swimming birds change to have webbing, which helped them swim better than their ancestors did. Some fish can change colors to help them hide or camouflage themselves. Such changes are called adaptations.
Adaptations, when they adapt to their habitat.
Lakes and ponds have many tiny plants and animals living in them. They are very small, but you can see them with a magnifying glass or a special tool called a microscope. These microscopic plants and animals are food for each other. The way that these plants and animals eat and are eaten is so complicated that we call it a food web.
Food web. Not like a chain, but a web. It's a little different.
Arctic and high mountain habitats are very cold much of the year. It's a tough place to live. To survive harsh climates, plants either stay alive all winter under snow or make seeds that can survive the cold. Animals store up food to survive in burrows or hibernate in caves. Birds fly to warmer places. Ways of adjusting to the climate are called survival mechanisms.
That's how they learn to adjust to the climate.
Rainforest habitats are very wet. Cool rainforests are temperate, such as in North America and New Zealand. Hot rainforests are tropical, such as in South America, Africa, and Southern Asia. Many rainforest trees are large. Many are cut down. This is called deforestation. Fewer places are left for plants and animals that can only survive in a rainforest. Rainforests have lots and lots and lots of different kinds of trees, shrubs, mosses, lichens, fungi, insects, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals. Many different species together make up biodiversity.
Very cool.
Houses, towns, and cities are habitats for people. People built them over what once was a prairie, desert, forest, or rainforest. People have changed some plants and animals by working with them over generations. Dogs, cats, and farm animals, as well as many plants that produce food, are very different from their wild ancestors. When plants and animals are changed by people, we call it domestication.
And it gives us examples of domestication, like a hamster, or it's adapted to live with humans, or a parrot, or different kinds of birds, or a cockroach, or a mouse. Yeah, some people have cockroaches for pets. Or or mice, or a cat. They've all adapted to living with humans, or they can. It's called domestication.
Ranches and farms are also habitats made by people on what was once prairie, forest, or desert. Often domesticated animals like cows, horses, pigs, and chickens live there. Domesticated plants like tomatoes, corn, and wheat also grow there. More and more natural habitats are being taken over by human habitats. When a natural habitat is gone, and plants or animals don't have any place left to live, they die. When the last plant or animal of a species dies, the species is extinct.
Extinct. That means it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. They've all died.
Because plants and animals can't speak for themselves, many environmentalists have worked hard to save them by preserving their habitats. They clean up rivers, plant trees, help animals, study science, paint pictures, sing songs, write books, give speeches, make movies, persuade policymakers, give money, organize friends, and much more.
And that's very cool. I love how the author did that. These are the real people that are environmentalists. They help save the environment. And she kind of made it look like a big quilt, right? Like all their pieces, their pictures put together in one. That's very nice. I like that. And it has the name of the environmentalist there as well.
When you are in nature, look around at its beauty. Consider how all the plants and animals live together in an interdependent web of life. This patchwork quilt of nature covers the whole earth, your home. It is yours to learn about, to enjoy, to care for, and to love.
And then it has some tips from the author on how to care for our earth. I like that story. That's a very good story. All right, so this is just a little sneak peek on what we're going to be learning about for the next few weeks in reading, okay? So the very last thing I need you to do is you are going to work on this worksheet here. It says compound words. A compound word is made up of two shorter words. Remember, we've talked about that. For example, if I say base, it means something different. And then if I say ball, it means something different. But when I put baseball together, it means something completely different. So you're going to fill in the missing letters to write a compound word, then write the spelling word on the line. Now, no, these are not our spelling words. But what they mean is here where it says spelling word, this is the key, okay? So my blank. You're going to find another word that has 1, 2, 3, 4 4 letters and it has my at the beginning. There's only one word here that starts with my. Which one is it, class? Myself. So you're going to write self here, S-E-L-F. And on the line, you're going to write myself. You're going to do that for the next 10. It's very easy. And then on the back of that, you're going to write 2 sentences with the spelling words that you did not use. It says trade with a partner. You're not going to do that. You're just going to write 2 sentences with the words that you did not use. And you are going to do that on the back of this paper. So just write 1, 2, and write 2. Come up with 2 sentences. And that's it. That's all you're doing today for HMH. If you have any questions, let me know. I will see you later. Bye.